Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV. Villa game on Monday. I already done the preview for that, so please make sure to check it out. Guys, I want to touch upon everything that's been said in the last couple of days within Pogba contracts, players being unsettled at Manchester United, believing Rangnick is not the right manager, Ronaldo, players not getting along with Ronaldo and how Ronaldo's the problem. Look. It's a mad thing. And look, as soon as Ronaldo came, I think we all knew that this would happen, right? Ronaldo would be blamed whenever we lost the game, whenever things would go wrong. The Pogba contract thing, look, it's been debated for the last couple of months. It's been debated last season whether he should stay or whether he should go. And I'm going to be honest, Pogba gets injured every single season. He's been inconsistent after he got the 7 assists this season, which was within a couple of games. It was Leeds, he got a few. I think it might have been Newcastle and then maybe Southampton or something like that. So he's got 7 assists this season and then he kind of fell off. And I'm not going to lie, the whole team fell off. And I'm going to be honest, there are snowflakes at this football club who are trying to, you know, they're trying to blame Ronaldo or whatever, because these are leaks coming out from players at Man United who are talking to journalists and telling them about these things. And these are credible journalists we're talking about, credible sources who are telling us this madness of an information. So if I look at it, we can't really know who's bringing out these sort of things. But I'm thinking is Martial, because you know he wants to leave. It could be a Van der Beek who's not playing. But at the same time, look, who cares, man? Like these players, some of these players need to go anyway. I believe that some of these players are not good enough, in my opinion, to be in this football club. And look, I think whether Rangnick is going to stay or go, look, does Martial want to leave because Rangnick is here, or does he believe he's not going to fit in this team because there's too many players in front of him? And look, I think a couple of players were probably going to go in January. I thought Lingard would go, but he's going to stay. Of course, Cavani was apparently going to go to Barca. That's not happening anymore because Rangnick really believes in Cavani and how he's a major player in this squad. And look, I think he is as well. But look how many players we're probably going to lose in the summer. You know, you got Pogba, you got Cavani. I truly believe that if we don't get Champions League football next season, that Ronaldo could consider leaving, but maybe not. Lingard will leave. Matic, I'm not sure. Henderson will leave. You know, there are a bunch of players who are going to leave. Probably one of the fullbacks, maybe Telles Dalot. You never know, you know what I mean? And look, let's talk about this Ronaldo thing. A lot of players complaining and you know, everyone's been talking about how, you know, Ronaldo just coming off the pitch and not going to say thank you to the fans and stuff like that. I'm going to be honest, man, like, this was exaggerated to a point where it's ridiculous at this point. And if players are not... Look, there's been leaks about players not getting along with Ronaldo and how Ronaldo is having a negative impact on the team. And I'm thinking, what is going on? Like, these players think they're better than what they are, man. Like, honestly, like, if you're not taking the time to learn to one of the best players in the world, then you have a massive problem. You've got a massive ego and you need to cut. And that's it, you know what I mean? And I look at someone like Maguire, where there's been rumours of him not dealing well with the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo. And I'm thinking, man, if this is true, this is mad. And I'll think maybe not. But look, when you look at Maguire, the last few games, he's been playing terrible. Not the last few games, the whole season he's been terrible. I don't remember the last good game Maguire had this season. And look at that situation about 11 players being unhappy at Man United. He just came. Rangnick just came. Players not believing in the system. Look, that's a completely different issue. Fans will disagree or agree that the tactics, the 4-2-2 or the 4-4-2 or whatever he's trying to use is not working. And look, we can look at it, yeah, but I also think at the same time Rangnick is using the wrong players in that sort of setup. We don't have the players for that, in my opinion, in some positions. I don't think you can play McTominay and Fred in that position. Okay, you might be able to play them because they're going to run around and they might be our best midfield partnership in terms of just scraping the game. But when you're looking at taking control of a game and players who can play in that position, who can really get the game going forward and playing a high line and playing attacking, counter-pressing, really quick football, you know, McFred are not the players for that. And you can look at Matic and you can look at Van der Beek and some of these players. Some of these players are, but you look at Matic and there was that, of course, everyone was saying he can't play 2 games in a week. He just did. You know, he did play Wolves and Burnley. That was in the space of a week. So I'm thinking, look, man, Matic can play as many games, you know, as we can. Maybe not, okay, he's not going to play every single week, 2 games a week, but look, he's going to have to play most of these games. I feel like without Matic in the midfield, where we don't have any control, in my opinion. I don't think he was fantastic against Wolves. I think his passing was terrible at some time, but then sometimes his passing is phenomenal. And he's the player who can link the midfield to the attack and can be that that difference in the midfield. Whereas McTominay and Fred, regardless of what position they are, they're both playing as pivots, but one is always going to go further up than the other. And if we're playing Fred or McTominay in that deeper position, I think we're in big trouble, like we've seen in the season. So look, all of this thing about Pogba getting a contract, should Pogba get a contract? Look, I think he's a phenomenal player. Whether he gets in the team, I'm not sure. Rangnick, look, this is all going to depend on if Rangnick's going to stay. If Rangnick wins something this season, if he wins an FA Cup, if we get top 4, if we do decently in the Champions League, he's probably going to stay as a permanent manager, in my opinion. Now, if we're outside the top 4, we don't win any trophy, he's probably going to go into that higher position where we get a Ten Hag or we get a whatever, a Pochettino, whatever. So we have to see what happens there. But with Pogba, man, I don't think he should be given 500k a week at all. I don't think first of all, he's not worth that much, in my opinion. I think Pogba can be the difference maker in every game, as we've seen earlier on this season. But he can also be a liability defensively, and he's got this thing in his game. Of course, he can change. You know, he kind of change that time during a game where he's holding onto the ball too much and doesn't release it in time, and how when he loses possession of the ball, he doesn't have enough pace to get back and to cover defensively and leave the centre backs exposed and stuff. But Pogba, even then, even if he was more solid defensively, even if he could play much better than he has after he got those 7 assists earlier on this season, he's not worth that much. And whether he's going to be incorporated in that pivot position with a Matic or whatever, who knows, man? You've got Sancho, Bruno, Lingard there, Van der Beek, who clearly is seen as a number 10 in this squad, in my opinion. I don't know why Rangnick is keeping him to use him as a number 10. Is he going to play in the FA Cup game? I don't think so. Look, I think there's a madness going on over here. And all these players who are coming out about not getting on with the system. Even a few weeks back, there was talks of how they were bothered about going home in the darkness and that. And I'm thinking, man, you lot of football players getting paid massive money. And I'm thinking, mad, you need to fix up. So look, guys, I just wanted to touch upon those things because it's mad that these players are moaning, whinging, and you can see it on the pitch. These players don't have any connection towards each other. You can see that there's no chemistry there. There's nothing there, and that's why for the rest of the season, Rangnick is gonna have to pick a team. Look, we can talk about rotation, but we need a team who's gonna play well together, and who's not gonna, I don't want to see this. It's like a bunch of individuals on the pitch. It's like if you go and pick out different players from everyone in London and put them in a team. To be honest, you'll probably get better communication and chemistry like that. To be honest, and I know it sounds mad because he's a professional footballer, but that's what it seems, and that's what it shows. This is a mental thing going on there at Carrington and this football club. It's a mental thing, it's a mentality thing, and I feel like a lot of players don't have the right mentality. And some of the captain's armband, I think, at this point, I don't really care who it goes to. I just want to see the players play well, and that's it. I think a lot of players are not good enough in this club. I think if we should get someone this summer, it's going to have to be a midfielder. Again, Haidara coming up again. Zakaria, again, a midfielder. I actually really rate Zakaria. I think he's a great midfielder. The type of midfielder we kind of need. And even when we're talking about someone like, of course, Calvin Phillips has been out. He was mentioned months ago with us. Declan Rice, we're not going to get him. And even if we did, we don't want to have to pay that much money for a midfielder who is good, but he's not. I don't think, personally, Declan Rice is a fantastic defensive midfielder. I don't think it's not like we need a world-class defensive midfielder. I think we need a midfielder who is great, who can do his job. And look, we've been linked again the last few days to Ruben Neves. And we've been linked to Ruben Neves within the last few seasons as a midfielder. And look, I've said before, he's not a defensive midfielder, but I'll take him at this point because I think he can play that role better than McFred. Better than whoever decides to play in that defensive midfielder role, whether it's Mata or probably not Matic, but look, if we're going to integrate him, he's probably going to be in that number 6 position besides a Pogba or something like that, Ruben Neves. So whether he can, he's still young. I think he's 24, 25, so he can still develop into that player, but that's not where his strengths lie, Ruben Neves. He's more of an attacking midfielder, but not like a Cam. He's more of if you're going to play him in that 4-2-2 formation, he would be besides a Matic, sorry. So, guys, let's see what happens with this January transfer window. This Alvarez talk was all nonsense anyways. We're not going to get him. We have too many strikers anyway, and I want to see Rangnick get his best 11, and I think he's going to have to see this throughout the FA Cup. I think he's going to introduce some players. I already gave my preview and that lineup for that, but I think personally, when you look at it, Van der Beek could play. Is he going to start Ronaldo? He needs to go for this trophy, in my opinion. I think he should put a strong team out because then we play until next Saturday against Villa in the Premier League, and that gives them 4 days to train. I mean, they'll get a day off on Tuesday and then they'll train for another 3 days. So, guys, let me know what you think. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I hope to see a result against Villa in the FA Cup and in the league next week. So, guys, make sure to have a fantastic weekend. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.